Well, a very good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're coming from. This is Rocky, and I'm coming to you on this cruise life on this beautiful Sail Talk Saturday morning here in Phoenix, Arizona. So excited to be here. A lot of things to talk about today, actually. There are quite a few things happening in the cruise world that I wanted to share with you all. So I'm happy that you're spending your Saturday with me. Little change of scenery. I'm still at home, but we had some plumbing issues over the past week. And so I moved myself to a different spot so that this way you wouldn't have to hear all of the loud noises of the fans and the blowers doing their thing that they need to do to dry out the area where we had the damage. Oops. The things that happen when Mark goes at sea. And, I'm kind of stuck here taking care of it all. But you know what? It's fine. I'm glad he's having a wonderful time. Today, the Carnival Conquest is in the beautiful port of Barbados. That is the furthest east you can go in the Caribbean before you are completely out in the water in the Atlantic Ocean. So kind of a cool spot. This, I believe, is his first time ever to Barbados. So he's having a great time. He did an excursion earlier today, came back on the ship. I spoke with him briefly. He sent me a few pictures, and I'm sorry I wasn't able to get them uploaded in time for today's live stream. So unfortunately, I don't have those for you. I just realized that I have a light out. Oh no! What happened? My light blew. Sorry. Looks like I'm going to have to troubleshoot that guy later. That's exciting. But anyway, yeah, so he's having a great time out there and things are going swimmingly well. He's having a wonderful cruise. They still have a whole week left on their cruise on the sailing, so it'll still be another week before I get to see him. You can see on the right side of the screen, 8 days till sailing on the Celebration. Yes, I will be joining him. He makes a transition from the Conquest to the Celebration on the 11th of February, where I will be setting sail with him. I am so excited to get back onto that ship. We sailed on the Celebration last year in January, so it's kind of like a homecoming in the making. Really excited to be heading back over there. I'm going to turn on some more lighting so that I don't have this weird, dark Phantom of the Opera look to me, so give me 1 second. Hopefully that helped a little bit. I hope this light didn't go out. That would make me really sad. Hey, Tom. Yeah, thank you so much for the message. Appreciate it. You know what? It happens, right? That's life. We'll get through it. We'll figure it out. I've been making my way through it all week, and myself and the dog, who's currently curled up on the couch, trying to enjoy some peace and quiet while I'm talking. I'm sure he's loving that, but thank you so much for tuning in, Tom. Good to see you. And BKF, good morning. Hey, thanks for tuning in. Glad to have you here. All right, let's get down to business. We've got quite a few news stories that I wanted to cover for you all today. And we're going to start off with Jacksonville. Actually, the Port of Jacksonville is looking to set sail with the second cruise line. They haven't announced yet who it's going to be. I thought I heard a rumor somewhere that it was going to be Norwegian that was actually looking to move over to Jacksonville. As of right now, they only have some of the smaller ships with Carnival. Currently, the Carnival Elation set sail from Jacksonville. Carnival Spirit actually has sailed from Jacksonville, which is actually a pretty decent sized ship. She's over 1,000 feet long, so it tells me that they can handle something on the longer scale, but I think they're going to need to expand their port operations to be able to accommodate extra vehicles, as well as the extra personnel that needs to help run that facility. So we'll be curious to see what happens there, but I do understand that they are in talks and negotiations with a mysterious cruise line to pick up the sailing there. Hey, Vince, good morning. Hey, thanks so much for tuning in. Appreciate having you here. So yeah, that is what is going on over in Jacksonville, Florida. Really awesome to see more opportunities and options to be able to set sail out of Florida. I tell you, Florida is where it's at. It doesn't matter what part of the state you live in or what part of the state you visit. There is a cruise port probably within a 2-hour or less drive from where you're located, which is pretty awesome. Definitely better than what I can say living here in Phoenix, Arizona, where we have no water. All right, well, speaking of water, I know that's what everything about is today, right? We've got a no sail zone in the Red Sea that has been enacted. So you can see here on the map I put up on the screen, the Red Sea is right there in the heart of all of the turmoil that's happening right now. Right off the coast, you got Jeddah from Saudi Arabia. It goes all the way up to Israel, where you have the Suez Canal. A lot of cruise lines that currently have ships operating in these areas are they're canceling their itineraries, or they're making significant modifications so that they're not setting sail through this zone. Kind of some pretty serious stuff happening out there. And it's a good thing that the cruise lines stay on top of these items. We obviously want to make sure that it's going to be safe for the passengers and everyone that's going along for the journey. So yeah, to that, I'm going to take a quick drink of my cranberry juice. Yes, that's right. It is cranberry juice. I hope you all have a bevy of choice, as I mentioned in all of our social channels, to bring something to enjoy today's Sail Talk Saturday. A couple more comments coming through. BKF. Awesome. So you've got a nice, easy place to stay when you travel out to Jacksonville and you want to set sail. That's pretty convenient. And good morning, Angela. Thanks for tuning in. Hero, he's off exploring right now. I don't know where he ran off to. I'm not sitting on a place where he can actually easily join me. I'm sitting on a chair in the living room. Yeah, you can see the back of it there. So unfortunately, he can't hop onto my lap that easily. I'd have to pick him up. And oh, there he is. Hi, Hero. People are talking about you. No. Anyway, so that is what we've got going on over in the Red Sea right now. Moving on to the next story. Oh, this one's kind of funny. I'm gonna have to put it up on the screen for y'all. Norwegian Joy almost got high. So you may have heard this story earlier this week. Norwegian Joy was getting ready to set sail out of, I want to say it was out of Port Miami. And her destination was going all the way across the Atlantic Ocean to England. And a set of passengers were getting on board the ship. And, they've got their drug sniffing dogs and everyone else, or all the other different methods of checking luggage and making sure that you're not bringing anything you're not supposed to. Well, these two passengers attempted to smuggle 56 individual bags each, not total, 56 bags each of marijuana onto the sailing. Definitely did not get away with it. It came out to about 150 pounds of that stuff. They were caught, they were detained. They did not continue on with the sailing. However, so I guess all of the people that are currently on that sailing did not get as high as they were expecting. But yeah, it sounds like these two individuals were planning on trafficking over that stuff, shall we say, to England, and they got the red light. They said, nope, you can't do it. So definitely good work on the port security, the Port Authority, and doing their job. Macrina, hey, how's it going? Haven't seen you in a little bit. Good afternoon to you. When and where is my next cruise? Fantastic question. My next cruise is next week, Sunday, Super Bowl Sunday, as a matter of fact. We'll be setting sail on board the beautiful Carnival Celebration for a 7-night voyage to the Eastern Caribbean. We'll be making stops over in Amber Cove, Dominican Republic, San Juan, Puerto Rico, and St. Thomas. This will be my first time visiting St. Thomas. I've already told Mark that he is in charge of planning everything for that port. In San Juan, we have several different common places that we like to go to. Every time we go to San Juan, we always visit, why can't I think of it? We go and get some mofongo. It's super good at Cafe Manolin. So if you're ever in San Juan, check that out. And then Maryland's Place is a great bar. We love to support them. Again, it's a local facility or local operation there. Super good. Awesome. Love it. Highly recommend. Amber Cove, we're going to try to find a way to get up to that Christ statue that's looking out over Puerto Plata. Amber Cove is kind of a little bit further away from that port. So some ships do dock in Puerto Plata. We had that opportunity when we sailed there on Valiant Lady with Virgin Voyages. However, Carnival uses Amber Cove. They did a huge development at that port, and so that's why they usually dock there. So we're going to probably catch a cab or a bus or a van or something and take us over to that aerial cable lift, which I'm really excited about. BKF, happy early birthday to you. How much fun is that? You get all the food you want to eat in little small bites for Super Bowl Sunday for your birthday. So that's pretty exciting. Macrina, love the celebration. Yes, it is a great ship. Shaq's Chicken, so good. Their breakfast sandwiches, I love them. And the fact that they're available till 3 o'clock doesn't make you feel bad when you wake up late in the day. You could still go get your breakfast and get a nice start to your day, which I love. You got waffles from the Lido, and you make the Shaq Chicken and waffles. Yes, I remember you saying that. Thank you so much for tuning in and telling me about that hack again. I am definitely going to try that. So good. And totally, BKF, it is a junk food day. I get it. So much fun. Awesome. All right. Well, let's move on over to our next cruise story that I've got for you all, and that is unfortunate. There was a norovirus outbreak on a cruise ship in Fort Lauderdale. So this actually happened on the Queen Victoria, part of the Cunard Cruise Lines. Queen Victoria was getting ready to start her third session. It's a 3-week session of a 109-night cruise. So Cunard kind of does these long voyages, and then you can book short voyages within the long parameters. But when you book those short ones, they're usually not round trip. They're one way, and they kind of snake along whatever the route is going to be for that voyage. I just realized that you're probably hearing me in double, so I just fixed that. Sorry about that. So anyway, yeah, they the start of the third session, or the 3-week session that just kicked off, and they discovered that they had over 100 cases of norovirus on board the ship. So sad. I know that that can be quite a challenge for the cruise line. They've really got to go through and detail clean everything and make sure everything is completely sanitized and ready to go. Fortunately, the cruise lines have tons of training when it comes to norovirus and how to take care of that. So, you know, hopefully all those passengers will stay safe, stay healthy, avoid the buffet line like we usually do. And I'm sure that they've put out tons of hand sanitizing stations and other methods and means of ways of cleaning and sanitizing all of the areas. So good luck to everyone on Queen Victoria. Hopefully you have a safe journey coming up in front of you, and it won't be too bad and too long of a delay there. Awesome. All right, let's move on to some new fun details. I'm going to move myself down to the lower corner of the screen because we need to celebrate something big and exciting today, and that is Take a Cruise Day. Hey, it is February 3rd, and it is officially Take a Cruise Day. You know what? You don't have to say it twice to me. I'm already ready to go. I've started the packing process for my cruise on the Celebration. Super excited to set sail. I mean, isn't every day a cruise day for us? This cruise life of ours, right? So anyway, yeah, I wanted to celebrate that. Today is Take a Cruise Day every year on February 3rd, and it just happens to fall today. So you get to celebrate it with me. Super excited for that. Tell me about your favorite cruise that you've got coming up. I want to hear about it. Let's get things going and moving. Talk to me. Yes, Macrina, thank you. Wash your hands well, please. So drop it in the comments. Tell us, what is your next cruise? I'm waiting. I know, BKF, it's true. BKF said it's a rough life. Somebody has to do it. Come on, y'all have to have cruises coming up. Put in the comments. Talk to me. Firenze. Yes, BKF. We are so excited. Firenze, actually, she is currently sitting in wet dock because the Vista is still hogging the dry docks over in Cadiz, Spain. But we saw some really awesome pictures of her. I think you'll see it show up on our social channels here pretty soon. But the Firenze is getting ready for her major makeover. We're really excited. I'm sure they've already started a lot of the work on the inside of the ship. They just have to put her into the dry dock so that they can repaint her, clean her hull off, and do all that work. Thank you, Max, for joining in. Icon of the Seas on May 4th. The Icon actually today just wrapped up their inaugural sailing. So congratulations to Icon of the Seas in Royal Caribbean. They just arrived back at their home port to disembark passengers and take on their second week of sailing. So congratulations to you, Max, to get yourself booked on there. I hope you have a fantastic time on that behemoth of a ship. Angela, you are heading out on the Discovery Princess in March. A 15-day to Hawaii. I am so jealous. Mark and I, that is on our bucket list. We are trying to get onto a Hawaiian cruise so bad. We just have to figure out how to make it work. We have so many other things going on with our schedule. It's not going to be easy, right? Jay, hey, thanks for joining. Good morning. Sun Princess on March 19th. Okay. Sun Princess. I'm keeping an eye out for Sun Princess for you, Jay. She should be ready to go. Let's keep our fingers crossed. I am so excited for you. That is going to be an awesome itinerary. It's going to be a great time. What is my favorite ship? BKF. You probably know this based on some of our other videos, but because of the number of times that I've been on her, and because she was my first cruise ship ever, my vote goes out to the Carnival Splendor. Carnival Splendor will always hold a special place in my heart. I love the design in her. She's so unique with the polka dots that are pink and black zebra printed everywhere and the black tile with the lime green grout. It's something that you remember. And I'll tell you, she lives on in my memory. And I'm so sad that she's down in Australia. But you know what? That just means that Mark and I have to check another thing off of our bucket list and make our way down to do an Australian cruise. So who knows? Maybe it'll happen soon. But yeah, Carnival Splendor is my favorite. I will say that I've had a really great time on several other cruise ships as well. Valiant Lady was awesome. Happy to say that I'm sailing on Valiant Lady 2 more times in the books right now. I'm sure there'll be even more after we finish these 2 sailings. I also really like the Excel class. Not to echo too much what Mark says, but the Excel class with Carnival is a great class of ship. We absolutely adore those ships and how they did the design and everything went into them. It's really great. Macrina, you just cruised the Carnival Panorama. It was great, but loved the pre-cruise stay on the Queen Mary. Oh, that's so cool. That's another thing. Macrina, you are living our life. I swear. We have talked about wanting to stay at the Queen Mary pre-cruise for any of the cruises that sail out of the Long Beach area. So thank you for that review. I'm glad to hear it was awesome. We will definitely make sure that we book the Queen Mary as a stay before a cruise coming up. Tom, the Firenze inaugural. So excited to get to meet you. April 25th, 2024 is that 7-night inaugural. Booked the Sunscape Resort for Puerto Vallarta. Okay. I see you're going to have a very relaxing day. I'm very excited for you. And then you're going to spend at least part of the day there since, yeah, we do have a long port day until 9 p.m. That's the beautiful thing about Puerto Vallarta. I think Mark and I might try to make Rhythm of the Nights. We'll see. Miracle. Oh, yes, BKF. I love the Miracle. She is a gorgeous ship. We sailed on the Miracle last for the New Year's celebration from 2022 going into 2023. And loved her. That was a fantastic, fantastic ship. So definitely love the Bacchus dining room with all of the purple grapes lining it. It's such a memorable space. Yes, Max, I agree. It's Australia time. Let's go. Let's book. Carnival Splendor, here we come. We just got to find time to do it. Macrina, you've been on her twice. That's awesome. So I have the most sailed nights on her at 30 nights. I've done 4 cruises on the Splendor. My very first one, my very second one, and then my first time that I did the Mexican Riviera was on the Splendor, and the last time that I did Alaska was on the Splendor. So she definitely has a very special place in my heart. Vince, I think we need to get you onto a cruise ship. That's what I'm hearing. We need to make it happen soon. Just let me know when, let me know where. Let's do it. Hey, Graham, no worries. You're not late. We're still going. We're having a great time. We're just talking about what our next cruises are that are booked. Feel free to chime in. The second week of May, Brittany. So does that put you on the 7th of May? Let me know. We are on the Firenze on the 25th of April, the 2nd of April, as well as the 2nd of May, sorry, as well as the 7th of May. So that's the 3rd official sailing of the Firenze. We will be on the first 3. We initially booked the original inaugural cruise, and that was on the 2nd. And then because it was only a 5-night, we said, we're going to add another one. So we did that second one, which is the 7th, also a 5-night. And then when they launched the new inaugural, we didn't shift anything. We just added the 25th of April. So we'll be on the Firenze for a total of 17 nights consecutively. Oh, I hope I love that shift. No, actually, I'm not too worried about it. I think it's going to be a great time. Stay at least 2 nights on Queen Mary. So many things to tour and experience the entire ship. That is great advice. Thank you so much for sharing that. I appreciate it. Graham, great. Yes, 1st of March and then the 10th of August. So you've got a couple booked. That is awesome. So glad to hear it. Doug Robinson, thanks for tuning in. Your next cruise is November 19th on the Firenze. Yes, you will definitely see plenty of reviews coming from our channel, so stay tuned. BKF, we're only started. We're not even halfway through all the news articles, but I get it. House chores. You don't want to make your other half mad at you for not getting them done. Fortunately, I have 3 weeks to get mine done here. Mark's going to watch this later and yell at me. It's fine. All right. Well, thank you so much, everyone, for sharing. Take a cruise day. I'm super excited. Keep those comments coming in. What is your next cruise that you have coming up? In the meantime, let's jump back into some of these cruise stories. All right. Another story that you may have heard from this week, and that is a couple of men were out on their sailboat. They were off the coast of Quintana Roo, which is where Cozumel is located. And their sailboat ended up sinking. Fortunately, they had a kayak on board. I didn't know that you would normally bring a kayak with you on a sailboat, but you know, hey, cool, more power to them. Fortunately, it worked out in their favor because they hopped onto the kayak and they were safely at sea. The Carnival Jubilee actually was on her voyage, saw them from the bridge, as the bridge officers are always on the lookout for any stranded vessels in the water, went over and made the rescue. And so those passengers were brought on board. They were checked for their health, made sure everything was okay, and they were released back to the Mexican Navy, I want to say. It's their Coast Guard. And so those 2 individuals are in good hands and they are good. So very good story. We love it when they end happily like that. Let's see, another couple. Brittany, all right, so you're going to be on the 12th. Yes, we get off of the Firenze on May 12th. So we will make sure that the ship still looks really good for you. We will do our best. All right. I'm sorry if there's anything missing. But no, you're going to have a great time. So really awesome. Sorry we're going to miss you, but you're still going to have a great cruise even without us being there with you. Graham, I agree. Hero can definitely do the chores while he is currently sleeping on the couch. Oh, he heard his name, so he opened his eyes to look at me. Okay, awesome. Let's move on to the next story we've got here. Oh, you may have seen my video that I put out this week. Carnival's newest island, Celebration Key. They just made some new announcements. One of the most beautiful things that I can talk about for this new cruise destination, they have a pier. 2 of the largest Carnival ships can dock side by side at this pier, and you'll be able to walk yourself onto land and enjoy a beautiful day at Celebration Key. I am so excited for this new cruise destination. We've been talking about getting onto the first time that what am I doing? The first cruise ship that docks at Celebration Key, which, if my memory serves, is in July of 2025 on board the Carnival Conquest. We will keep you all posted on what ends up happening, but that is definitely what we're planning on doing. We want to get to Celebration Key in one of the first couple of cruises that goes there, because we want to be a part of that history. And of course, we want to record those details for you and share all of that fun and excitement with our YouTube followers. So yeah, stay tuned. As soon as we get that booked, we'll definitely make an announcement and let you all know. Macrina, you were on the Spirit last April and you rescued 22 people. That is a huge rescue effort. Hopefully it wasn't in the middle of the night. I understand when they do those middle of the night rescues, it can be a little disturbing for everyone that's on board because they wake you all up because they have to stop the ship, they have to change the course and all of that stuff. So hopefully it wasn't too bad of an experience for you. Definitely a huge amount. I'm assuming they were refugees that they probably took on board. Unfortunately, those sorts of things happen. I think I vaguely remember hearing about that story actually when it happened. All right, here is one of our last news stories that I'm going to share with you today. This one is a pretty wild one. Carnival, in their launch of the Jubilee, they had these unique boots that were created, and Christine Duffy actually wore them to the inaugural launch of the ship. And they're auctioning them. Not the pair that Christine wore. Christine is keeping those because they actually have her initials monogrammed on the heel of the boot. But if you go, there's an actual website up that Carnival put up on their news site, and I think it's on their main website now as well. But you can go in and you can auction, you can make a bid for your own set of boots, and they will be custom made for you. One of the cool things that they're doing is if you choose to make a donation of $10,000 or more, and you're the winning bidder, you will get a 7-night cruise on Carnival for free. You've spent $10,000. I would hope you would get something out of it. But actually that money is not going to Carnival or to the boot manufacturer. 100% of the proceeds are going to Operation Homefront, which is a really awesome organization that Carnival partners with on all of their newest ships, from the Panorama and newer, as well as the refit ships. So the Freedom has it now, and the Radiance has it, is the Heroes Tribute Bar or Heroes Tribute Lounge. And that is a space that is dedicated to all of the heroes that have served or are actively serving in the military services of the United States. So it's a really great cause, a really great thing that Carnival is doing. They pride themselves in being the largest cruise line for anyone that is active or veteran status in military duty. So really some exciting things, and happy to see that Carnival is doing such a great cause. All right. Yes, I have had my hair cut. Yep, I had to get ready. My hair was getting out of control, a little too wild for my taste. So yes, I went and got it chopped down, and getting ready for the cruise coming up in a week. Brittany, thank you so much for that update. It is now at $13,500. And if I remember correctly, they're running this auction for 3 weeks. So I have a feeling that is going to far, far, far exceed even the amount that it's at right now. Really great cause. It's really exciting to see so many people interested in giving back to Operation Homefront and take care of those soldiers. It's fantastic. All right, what else do we got? Last week, I made an announcement that we are looking at starting up a group cruise at the end of this year. Have you taken our survey? Are you interested in joining us for our group cruise in 2024? Here are the details. I am going to pull that off of the screen because you can't see what's back there. Oh, now I need to take myself off the screen. I did not plan this very well. Head on over to thiscruiselife.com/group-cruise. We want to know what cruise you want to go on. As of right now, we are still collecting all of the details. We want to know the time frame that works well for you. We are curious to move to myself. Oh dear, I'm doing this wrong. There we go. We want to know what time frame is going to work for you. What cruise line do you want to go on? Where do you want to go? And how many nights are preferred? As of right now, we have 22 votes received. We're going to keep this up for another week. The plan is when Mark and I get onto the celebration on Sunday, the 11th of February, so a week and a day from now, we will pull the results up on screen and we will share those with you. So we will start making some decisions based on what those results look like. First time ever that we're looking at doing a group cruise. We did one for my birthday. That was a birthday cruise. I don't count it because that was with my friends. But we want to open this up and have a fun group cruise with all of our followers and subscribers from across all of our different social medias. So please, if you haven't done it yet, head on over to our website, thiscruiselife.com/group-cruise, and fill out the Survey Monkey that we've got up there. It's all embedded, so you don't have to worry about any other links. Just answer those simple questions, hit submit at the bottom. This way we can tally the results and make a decision on what we're going to end up doing. I'm really excited for this booking. Got another couple comments coming through. Graham, keep an eye on Mark's credit card. Yeah, we'll see what's going on, right? Hey, Lee, thank you so much for tuning in. Pleasure to have you on with us on this beautiful Saturday. I do have to share, everyone, it is currently 53 degrees here in Phoenix. We had a very warm week up until Thursday. We were in the mid 70s. I was wearing shorts. I was spending a lot of time outside. It was so awesome. And then on Thursday, we had a cold front roll through. And, well, it's sunny out, so I guess I can celebrate that, but it's definitely not as warm as I like it to be. Yeah, for the boots. I know. I don't think I'm going to see Mark putting any bids on those boots. $13,000 for a cruise is a little bit out of our price range. So I don't think I have to worry. Plus, he's currently out at sea, and I don't think he's really paying too much attention to all those cruise stories. So good for him. I think he's actually enjoying himself, relaxing, and just kind of taking things one day at a time, enjoying his time out in Barbados. They did an excursion earlier today. He did not love it, but that's okay. You can't always love everything. But the Conquest, I'm looking at Cruise Mapper right now. Conquest is currently in port with several ships: P&O Aurora, P&O Arvia, the Royal Clipper, and Royal Caribbean's Vision of the Seas. So it's a busy day out there in the port of Barbados. Pretty surprising. But they've been having a fantastic cruise so far. So really, really happy for him. Okay, cool. Coming back over here, what's something else that I can talk about? My favorite. Are you looking to book a cruise? Have you been holding off because you just don't know what you want to do? Let me help. I am a travel advisor. I make it super easy. I work with all different types of travel, but cruises, of course, are my specialty. So if you're looking to get onto a cruise ship, let me know. Let me see if I can help you out. I might be able to find you some deals, might be able to find you some extra perks depending on the cruise line. So head on over to thiscruiselife.com/travel, send me a message. Hey, you can also book Virgin Voyages and Viator types of excursions right there on the site. You don't even have to worry about talking to me. But honestly, you're going to want to talk to me anyway, because I'm going to give you some great pointers and advice before booking that awesome cruise or excursion. Jay, thank you so much for the comment there. It is in the low 80s out there when you were at Disneyland. That's perfect Disneyland weather. Not too hot, although the humidity can kind of get a little bit wild there. But now it is cool and rainy. I think that might be heading our way here in Phoenix in a couple days, so we'll keep an eye on that. And it was cold and snowy off and on for you, Brittany. Where do you live, Brittany, that it's cold and snowy? Because that does not sound very exciting to me. Let's see, what else do we have? So yes, if you haven't, make sure that you go over and take that survey. Let me see if we've got any survey updates here. We're still at 22. We are still at 22 results. So that means some of you have not filled it out. Go take our survey. Also, something else that we're going to celebrate. Yesterday, last night, we crossed the 4,000 subscriber threshold. Yes, we are so excited. Thank you so much, everyone, for your subscription to our channel. We love having you on. We love sharing our passion for this industry. We love sharing our excitement and doing all the things that we do. And we do it for you. So thank you so much for subscribing to our channel. This has been such a fun experience. Since you tuned into today's live event, I can give you a sneak preview of what's coming up this week. I am currently working on a full review from our MSC Meraviglia sailing. There's a lot of really good information. I'm going to tell you, it is a long one, so be prepared. Maybe cozy up with a bucket of popcorn at your side and tune in to watch that. It's going to be a lot of fun. We covered so many details. Of course, what we loved, what we didn't love, what we hated. We talk about all the food, the drinks, the entertainment, and everything else that is going on. So don't miss out that premiere event that we're going to have later on this coming week. I don't have a date just yet because I'm still editing. There's so much content that I have to get through. Oh my gosh. But I'm really excited about that. Brittany, you are in Southern Oregon. Okay. Well, thank you very much for sharing. I hope that it warms up for you soon. That does not sound very pleasant being stuck in the cold. Yeah, Graham, I know. I'm still waiting for that video too. I have been so busy. Carnival just ended. Well, actually, all the cruise lines just finished off a big amount of sales that were going on their websites for different cruises on January 31st. And so I had to get a bunch of new details and price points out to all of my clients that are looking for cruises. So unfortunately, I've spent a lot of time working on that. And I've had several new clients reach out with some questions. So I'm juggling my time between booking, answering questions, and editing. So my plate is very full. I got a lot of stuff going on, but it's so much fun. And we also have a Carnival Jubilee social media takeover coming out this week. We're going to get that going. I'm planning for it to start tomorrow, so stay tuned to our channels for that. We've got a ton of great videos. They're just going to be little short ones, nothing too long. You're not going to have to sit there with another bucket of popcorn to tune into those. But we've got tips and tricks on sailing on the Carnival Jubilee, so some really fun stuff there. Also, if you haven't caught it already, head on over to our friends at cruiseradio.net. We did a podcast with them, and it was put out on Thursday, this past Thursday. It went really well. We were really excited. We loved chatting with Doug Parker, who's the host of Cruise Radio. And it was all about our experience that we had on board the MSC Meraviglia sailing in the yacht club. So it's kind of a little preview of what our loved and loved hated full review is going to be. But it's just a podcast, so you get to listen to us ramble and talk with Cruise Radio. So it was awesome to connect with him, and we're really excited to continue to grow that relationship. Yes, Vince, thank you so much for that celebration. We are so excited about that 4,000 mark. Mark and I still on a daily basis communicate when we hit little milestones within our social channels. So when we saw that 4,000 come through, we were so stoked. Mark is celebrating again from Barbados today. That cruise is going super well. Let me see, where are they headed tomorrow? Tomorrow they are going to the beautiful port of St. George, Grenada. I think that's another new port for him, so he's really excited about that. And yes, perfect timing. You will be on the Jubilee in 2 weeks. Lee, that's why we did it. That's why we're choosing to do it this coming week. We know that you're going to be going there. No, we're really excited to get all this content out. It's just been a lot of work in the making, trying to record it and then get everything pulled together and put all the visuals and everything else that we want to do. So I'm glad to hear that it's going to be ready for your cruise, and you're going to be showing up to the cruise port more prepared than most of the other passengers. And you're going to be like, here, let me show you. I learned all my tips and tricks from this cruise life. Yes, Tom, it was a very, very quick jump from 3 to 4,000. A lot of that is attributed to the Carnival Jubilee. Thank you so much, Carnival Jubilee, for your launch. But we've also seen some really good new subscribers come over from the MSC Meraviglia tours that we've done. We're really excited to get our tours out for the Firenze as that keeps growing. There was one other thing that I really wanted to get everyone's opinion on, and I'm really going to channel all of you. I need your help. When we finish our cruise on the Carnival Celebration, so remember, we set sail next Sunday, the 11th. It is a 7-night Eastern Caribbean cruise. The day that we end that cruise, we take a train up to West Palm Beach. We stay overnight, and then the next day we head out on Margaritaville at Sea Paradise. This is all you're doing. You all sent us to go on the Paradise. The Margaritaville at Sea Paradise is one of the oldest cruise ships in operation, large cruise ships anyway, passenger vessel. And we've heard a lot of mixed things about this ship and this cruise line. So we decided to take the plunge. We're booked. We're setting sail on her 2 nights. It just goes from West Palm to Freeport and back. But we want to know, what do you want to see? What do you want to hear? What do you want to know about Margaritaville at Sea Paradise? Drop it in the comments. Keep us posted. Keep sending us messages. We want this to be the best experience we can make it. We always approach everything with an open mind and a very positive outlook. So we're going to do the same for this. But we want to know, what do you want to see? What do you want to know about Margaritaville at Sea Paradise? 2 nights might be enough. Yeah, that's what we're hearing. The good news, or bad. We've actually booked ourselves on the inaugural sailing of Margaritaville at Sea's second ship when she launches in June. That's going to be the Islander, setting sail out of Tampa, Florida. So we decided, we wanted to experience the Paradise first to see how Margaritaville at Sea operates and get an understanding of how they do things. And then we'll be hopping on the Islander a couple months later to see how things change and see how the ship is. And obviously it's going to be newly refitted and redone. It's currently up in Belfast, Ireland, getting her makeover. She's right alongside the docks where the Titanic was built. Not sure how I feel about that, but I think we'll be okay. It's been, a couple years since the Titanic was built, and she was a good ship until she hit the iceberg, right? Let's see here. Graham wants to see evidence of her past life that remains. Yes. So the Paradise used to sail as the Costa Neoclassica, if I remember correctly. I did some research on it this morning, and it looks like I already closed out of my tabs. But she was a Costa ship built in 1991. Yes, that ship is old for cruise ship standards. 30 to 33 years old at this point. She's got a lot of history, but yeah, I agree, Graham. That would be really cool if we could find some of her previous highlights or some things that still remain from her previous life as a Costa ship. Jay, you want to know how good the margaritas are? I do too, actually. So when we booked this sailing, we actually got on a promotion where they were running $60 for a cruise. And it came with 5 free drinks. So unfortunately, we have to share those 5. No, not unfortunately. Mark and I are usually pretty good at agreeing on what we want to drink. I do tend to lean more towards whiskey, but I actually don't have a drink that I've had that I've absolutely hated. I can tell you I'm not a big fan of Campari. I just don't like the bitterness of it. And anything that's smoky, I don't really like the smoky drinks, but otherwise, yeah, I'm pretty easy to please when it comes to drinks. Graham, $60, yes, $60 per person for a 2-night. We're like, what have we got to lose? The cheapest cruise we've ever been on and probably ever will be on. I will tell you that the inaugural of the Islander is not $60 a person a day. It is not a cheap cruise, and it's a 4-night. So we're kind of looking at some options to sail out of Tampa either before or after that cruise because, yeah, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. But yeah, we will definitely be taking some videos, pictures, and everything else on board. Vince, good call. You want to know how the cheeseburger's on Paradise? Yeah, we'll definitely take a look at that. There is a restaurant on board called Cheeseburger in Paradise. So we will have to go there and have a cheeseburger and see what it's like on Paradise. I love that. That's going to be so cool. Again, I am looking for any suggestions or requests of what you would like to see from Margaritaville at Sea's Paradise. I know I mentioned it a little bit earlier, but when we get on to the celebration next Sunday, we will host our live event. So next week, Saturday, we will not do a Sail Talk Saturday because I will be traveling. I actually leave from Phoenix at 11 a.m. and I don't arrive in Miami until 9 p.m. So you won't be seeing me at all. I might record a short, who knows, as I'm beginning the travels. But otherwise, next Saturday will be a travel day for me. So Mark and I will meet up again for the first time in 2 weeks on Sunday as we are both getting onto the celebration. I'd imagine Mark will probably be on the ship before me because he's on the Conquest, and we'll just do a side-by-side transfer from the Conquest Terminal E to Celebration Terminal F. My boarding time window is 9 to 9:30, I want to say, or 9:30 to 10, actually, I think it is. All I know is we got a 01 boarding group, so I am so excited. And yeah, I've sailed on the Celebration before. I love that ship. It's great. I love how they celebrated the history of Carnival over the last 52 years now. Just a great museum on water, essentially. So I'm really excited to get on there. We've got a couple of crew members that we're going to see on board that we're excited to catch up with again. Cruising with Brandy, I know you're going to be on there with us, so we're excited to see Brandy and get to meet her for the first time. But again, we're taking requests. I know we've already done a ton of information about the celebration when we sailed on her last year, but we want to know if you have anything that you want to hear about with the Margaritaville at Sea Paradise. That's the ship that we're going to be hopping on at the conclusion of the celebration. We're going from a new ship to an old ship. Don't know what to expect. We're keeping our options open and our eyes open, and we're just going to make the most of it. Macrina said that you like when we both cruise together. Oh, thank you. I like when we cruise together too. It's kind of weird not having Mark by my side. At least last week he was able to hop on. He was actually in flight going to Miami when we hosted the live event, and he popped in and said hello for a little bit, and that was really nice to surprise him, or have him surprise me on last week's live event. Unfortunately, they are off exploring Barbados. Maybe not unfortunately, but they are having some really good Barbudian food. He gave me that new vocabulary word, Barbudian. But they're trying some really good fast food out there. He kind of equated it to McDonald's, not the food type that they serve, but just the fact that they are pretty big on the island. And so he's really looking forward to trying that. And then they're going to explore a little bit before the ship sets sail this evening. I want to say they leave around 5 o'clock. Right now it is approaching 4 o'clock. So he's got to make his way back onto the ship pretty quick here. Let's see here. Tom, you were on the celebration last year during Super Bowl. Yeah, so we've done Mark actually has done Super Bowl cruises since 2015. He loves doing a Super Bowl cruise and a birthday cruise in October. And his other one is a Christmas cruise with his brother. So those are kind of the three that we always keep on the books. One way or another, there's always one of those or all three of those happening. And then we kind of sprinkle in other cruises around it. And so we've done the Super Bowl on the Splendor. We've done the Super Bowl on, I know he's done it on the Glory. I can't remember all the other ships that he's done it on. But anyway, super excited. We love the vibe. It's so true. The vibe is amazing at Super Bowl when you're on a cruise ship. And I think it's going to be elevated being on the Celebration, that huge Megatron that they have over the main pool deck. And then all of the other venues on the ship that has big screen TVs, they'll turn it on to the Super Bowl. And so they'll have sailgate parties. I love it. It's so much fun. They have small bites available. They cater to you. It's just an all-out, very fun time, and we're really looking forward to it. Plus, we have Valentine's Day next week, or that week. I believe it's on Wednesday as well. So, you know, after we finish our celebrating of the Super Bowl heroes, then we get to celebrate each other. That's fun. Let's see here. Yikes, you should have saved the best for last. You know what? The beautiful thing is, there is no such thing as last. We just continue to sail. We continue to find new cruises to go on. So when we get off of the Paradise, we come home for a week and a half, and then we fly back out to Orlando, meet up with our good cruise buddies out there, and then all four of us fly down to San Juan, and we hop on Valiant Lady. So we'll be on the Valiant Lady starting on March 2nd. It's a 7-night Southern Caribbean exotic itinerary. I'm super excited. I get to add several more ports to my cruise itinerary and list of places that I visited. So I'm really excited about that. Now, wait, Macrina, you said it's Bahian food? So Mark was misinformed because he told me it was Barbudian food. Interesting. All right. I'm curious now to learn more about this, Macrina. Graham, you want to know how many weeks we spend a year at sea? Well, I can't tell you because that is actually a very fluid number. We actually are increasing our presence at sea more and more each year. Previous years, I was averaging 3 weeks a year at sea, and that was because of my job. I had restricted paid time off. Mark had unlimited paid time off, so he was averaging, I would say, about 12 weeks a year in the most recent time. But we are both in a different life now. We are working on this cruise life of ours, and I am booking travel, and so we probably have 12 weeks at sea between now and the middle of the year. So we've got a lot of cruises booked. We are definitely setting sail. But again, it's to bring a bunch of new material to you, our viewers. So we are super, super excited to get to try out these new lines and getting to experience these things and do it all in the name of cruising. That's what we're here for. And we love it. We love this cruise life of ours. Macrina, okay? I'm getting schooled right now. I am going to school Mark and make him feel like he doesn't know what he's talking about. So it's Bajan. Bajan? Please tell me if I'm correcting that. Miss Aretha, thank you for chiming in as well. Bajan. Did I say it right? Graham, great question. What do we do when with Hero? Well, there he is. He's back here. Okay, let me bring him up on here for you. Come here. Ah, there he is. All right. So what do we do with Hero when we're on all these cruises? Well, the nice thing is Mark's brother actually lives here with us, and so he gets to watch Hero while we go on sea. I know that Hero misses Mark dearly because he is Mark's pup, but you know, we still manage to have a good time, and Hero gives us a very warm welcome when we come back home. It's fun watching Hero do his little dance. Maybe one of these times we'll post that onto our channel. It's really kind of funny to watch him do the celebration. Bazan. You're trying so hard, and I appreciate you for doing this, Macrina. Bazan. For Barbados, it's called Bazan food. Anyway, so once again, I'm going to pull up this onto the screen. If you haven't done it already, please head on over. Let us know, what cruise do you want to do as a group cruise? We are casting votes right now to find out where you want to go, what cruise line you want to do, and when you want to do it. And once we get all those details pulled together, I will definitely let you know, because I will help you with the booking, of course. So let me know. Fill out that survey. Head on over to thiscruiselife.com/group-cruise. All right. Got that back up there. Bazan. All right. I'm going to tell Mark. He's crazy. Well, everyone, I think that takes us to the end of today's broadcast. Thank you so much for tuning in and for chiming in with all of your requests. I've got my homework set aside for what I'm going to work on for you with the Carnival Jubilee social media takeover this coming week, as well as... Oh, Bayesian. Okay. Thank you, Macrina. Your phonetics helped. So yes, thank you so much for all of your feedback on what you'd like to also see from Margaritaville at Sea's Paradise cruise ship when we set sail on her on the 19th of February. So that's a little couple weeks from now. But again, we're going to be setting sail on her. We're going to check her out. We're going to take some recordings, of course, tons of pictures, tons of videos, and you know, figure things out there. Will I help the Europeans out too? Yes. I will find a way to make it happen. Don't you worry, Graham. Just let me know, all right? Let me know if you're going to participate once I get the details put up, and we will make it happen. Thank you, Miss Aretha, for your help as well in learning how to pronounce what Barbadian or Barbados food is called, and that is Bajan. Oh, it's spelled Bajan. All right. I love this history lesson today. This is fantastic. And thank you everyone for subscribing to our channel, getting the word out, spreading out this cruise life, and really, celebrating everything that we're doing. We are so happy to be at 4,000 subscribers. It is amazing. We never thought we would get here, but we are having so much fun doing it, and we love sharing it with you. So go out there, have yourself an amazing Saturday, and even better weekend, and hope your week next week goes well. Stay tuned to our channel for all of the new content that we have coming out to the channel. Lots of details for the Jubilee, lots of details coming out for MSC Meraviglia. If you haven't listened to the podcast yet on Cruise Radio, head on over to our friends there. Go to the podcast tab and locate the podcast from MSC Meraviglia. We shared all of our fun and exciting events that took place on that sailing with our friends at cruiseradio.net. And again, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you all very, very soon. Have a fantastic week. Have a fantastic weekend, and take care.